Okay, the disc didn't quite work in this configuration, so I'm going to remove it from the float. And because I used Titebond 3 instead of epoxy, thickened epoxy for my fillet, I can cut through this with this vibrating tool, and it's not going to cause any toxic fumes. Okay, so yeah, thickened Titebond 3 is it's more like low density polyethylene than it is like epoxy is more like ABS plastic, which is really hard. So this comes off really easily. There's no glass fibers in here. I'm not gonna get fiberglass on my hand. All right, here's the holding power of Titebond 3. Okay, I got the disc off. All I got to do is kind of sand this down, clean it up. It took 4 chisels. Okay, there's the new shape of the skimmer. It's gonna have an upswing on the front, and then a neutral zone, and then a downswing. Okay, now I'm gonna make a bending mold out of all this stuff. Okay, here's the mold. I rounded the edges with a 1/8 inch router bit. Now I'm just taping the edges so that the glue doesn't make the part stick to the mold. I don't have veneer, so not in this size. So I went out and I bought a sheet of masonite, and I'm going to use 1/8 inch masonite. Now masonite is not the best material for building a boat, but if you seal it well, it should work. Okay, I just broke the edges with this hand plane so that I don't puncture my bag. I have to move quickly now to get it inside. There has to be an air path between the mold and the opening here. Okay. All right, this is called the platen. Okay, there it is. It's in the bag. Atmospheric pressure is sucking it down. This can run all night and it won't overheat. That's just the kind of pump it is. I'm using Titebond 3, which I've used before. It works pretty well. It does take a little longer to dry, so I'm going to leave this in here with the pump running all night long. All right, there it is. Dynaplane. Okay, there it is, the Dynaplane. So instead of flat inclined plane, it has curvature. It's basically you take an inclined plane and you bump the curve down in the front and concave in the back, and you get an S shape. And you still have, from here to here, it's still a positive angle of incidence. You're eliminating the pressure bubble in the middle where it first makes contact. So the pressure distribution from here to here is more even, as opposed to having a spike at the front edge of where the water hits. Now I'm just going to round the front and maybe do a little rounding in the back, not much, and glue it on, and then fillet the underside. Okay, I rounded the front. I broke the corners here. I think I'm going to leave this as wide as possible because I want as much lift as possible. The reason is this thing is kind of heavy, and the buoyancy of this is kind of low. So this has to generate lots of lift. So I'm leaving it as wide. I did chamfer the back on this in this direction, but yeah, it's going to look like that now. So yeah, this little wedge area, I'll just fill that in with a piece of styrofoam and epoxy around it or something, so that water doesn't get in there. Here's a side profile. If you look at this pattern, you'll notice that from here to here, I designed in a totally flat spot, and that's for connecting to the AMA. So, so this is going to be the area of gluage, but because there might be, I have to fill this. So what I've done is I've thickened some Titebond 3 with some flour and some sawdust, and I'm going to stick it in here, cover that, and then probably screw this on in place with a couple screws. Okay, here's the underside. I put a fillet there, then I made this piece here, stick it in there.